welcome to the TMC Newsroom. Thanks for watching. My name is Rich Tarani. Today we're at Interop New York 2010, and it's day 2 of the show. Jesse Rothstein has joined us. He's the founder and CEO of ExtraHop. Jesse, how are you?
Hi Rich, I'm great, thanks.
So tell me about ExtraHop.
Well, the ExtraHop solution is what we call an application delivery assurance system. It's essentially a new class of management product designed to ensure that business critical transactions do not fail. So what we mean by that is we've combined the troubleshooting capabilities of network performance managers with the application level visibility of user experience monitors, and then we've taken that across tiers. So not just HTTP, not just the web tier, but the storage tier, enterprise databases, directory services, and we've scaled it to data center speeds. So it's massively scalable.
So when you say something, okay, you're ensuring that these transactions aren't failing, what are you doing to ensure that they're not failing?
Well, so we can really only help. It's not magic. But what we do is we provide proactive early warning through our trend-based alerting system to detect little problems before they become big disasters. And that's essentially learning what's normal based on the time of day and day of week, and raising a notification when there's a problem.
So massive trending across your system to see what's normal.
Right, all the way to the application transaction level. So you start with proactive early warning, then you move to triaging. Once you detect a problem, you need to determine where to focus your efforts. And then finally, accelerated troubleshooting. And that's where our system is a lot like a Google Earth for your networks and applications. You can start at a high level overview and then zoom down to transaction level details. You can go up and down the protocol stack, and you can go left and right to peer devices.
Are you finding that, first of all, how old is your company?
So we're almost 4 years old.
So are you finding that in the last 2 to 3 years, with companies being so lean in terms of their IT staffing, that there's been more interest in what you're doing?
Absolutely, but I don't think that's the biggest driving, I don't think that's the biggest factor that drives our product. I really think it has more to do with IT complexity. From my perspective, I think IT complexity is just spiraling out of control. I mean, if you look at the trends, applications used to run in a single silo in a single data center. Now they're distributed geographically across the globe. Mm-hmm. We see the widespread adoption of new technologies like server virtualization, network storage, cloud computing.
Storage virtualization.
Exactly. They're all the intelligent network
Router
devices.
virtualization, yes.
Yeah,
and then security across all these virtual machines and devices.
Absolutely. I talk to people and I say, listen, maybe you're getting by today with your existing tools and technologies and your established processes, but what happens tomorrow? What happens next year when the number of applications quadruples and the number of servers and virtual servers increases by an order of magnitude? And of course, there are new strategic initiatives and new compliance requirements.
Sure.
So basically, I think there are only 2 choices. There's status quo, keep doing what you're doing, or there's adopt new technology to better manage that complexity. That's exactly what we've spent almost the last 4 years developing and bringing to market.
Now, how has the cloud affected your business?
Well, this is probably a much longer conversation. Lots of trends in cloud computing. Primarily the distributed nature of the cloud is one I think we already touched on. I think virtualization is driving the cloud greatly. But what we see in the enterprise is we also see a lot of different ways to leverage the cloud. We see hybrid clouds. We see private clouds where it's essentially IT as a service. Whenever you're dealing with third-party infrastructure, we see the need to monitor and analyze how well is the service being delivered. So a lot of drivers behind cloud computing.
So what's next for the company?
Well, we've got a lot of new initiatives that we're excited about. We've got a new major release coming up, which I won't talk about today. But I think just in general, we're going to continue to push the envelope with the technology. I think a great way of describing kind of our competitive advantage is we really have leveraged recent gains in processing power and storage capacity to bring a level of analysis to enterprise IT that quite simply was infeasible as recently as 3 years ago, maybe even 2 years ago.
That's great.
And I'm always reminded of this quote I read from the Human Genome Project, where one of the directors, he said, every 2 years we delay starting, we finish in half the time. And I think that's absolutely the type of Moore's Law trend that we've been able to harness to our advantage.
Say that again, every 2 years we delay starting?
Every 2 years we delay starting, we finish in half the time. So what he meant by that is, obviously machines, Moore's Law processing power doubles. And you have to continue to ask yourself, what's feasible today with the underlying technology that was infeasible a couple of years ago.
Well, very cool. I mean, this was an interesting conversation because we went from product to philosophy to back to product. So
absolutely. Well, we're going to continue to push the envelope on the product side. We've got a great vision for taking an analysis to really where it hasn't been taken before.
Where's your company based out of?
We're based in Seattle, Washington.
Okay. Well, good luck, and hopefully next time we're in Seattle, we'll do another video interview, or you'll come to Connecticut and do a follow-up when you release your product.
That'd be great, Rich. Thanks.
Thank you.